Hello, I'm going to suggest very simple ways that men can help women feel safer in daily life. Bear in mind, I am one woman and every woman is different, every woman has different triggers, so yeah, just keep that in mind, but I've tried to keep these as general as possible. Tip number 1 is keep your distance. I've already done a video on this, on how to make women feel safer in the street. But when I say keep your distance, I don't just mean like on the street at night. I mean, just try and keep your distance generally. This goes for, at parties as well, at social events. Don't do the old, Christian Grey, like graze her on the back or put your hands on her waist momentarily. Oh, excuse me, and like touch her on the shoulder. Don't do that, because I know you might be trying to be flirty. You might think, she fancies you. Either way, just give her space. She will make it clear if she wants you to be touchy-feely. But in general, yeah, keep your distance. And this goes for any situation possible. So say you're going in a lift and there's a woman who's gone in there on her own and it'd only be you and her. You might be really intimidating to her because, it's a small space, there's no one else around. Some women might get really nervous in that situation. I know I would. I've had that before. So maybe if you can, just take the stairs or wait for the next lift. I know this is gonna annoy a lot of the Aggie men, so if you're watching, get off my video. I actually went on holiday recently and I saw this happen. I thought, ugh. So basically, if you're on a bus, men, please try and sit next to another man, or if there's a spare seat with no one next to, go and sit on that seat. Often I'll see a man go and sit next to a young girl because it's more appealing to do that than go and sit next to another man. I mean, that's what I'm guessing, that's what they're thinking. Men will often choose to sit next to like me as opposed to another guy or something. I've had that so much at university. Try and keep your distance as much as you can. Second tip is to publicise ways that you help women. So what I mean by this is post it on social media, the ways that you help women, even in the most tiny, simple ways. Put up a story, be like, yeah, today I kept my distance and I crossed the road and blah, blah, blah. Make other people, other men, aware that you're doing this, because it puts pressure on them to do it themselves. The more people they see doing it, the more it becomes normal, and the more it becomes unnormal to not do anything and to just bumble around, making all the women feel uncomfortable and unsafe. So yeah, publicise it, because it will put pressure on the lazy men that just don't do anything. Men are much more likely to do things, from what I've seen and what I've heard, if other men are doing it. So even if you have 10 followers on Instagram, post it, because it only takes one man to make one woman feel uncomfortable. Even if you're influencing one man to change his behaviour, it's gonna make a massive impact. Yeah, it sometimes takes just one man to save a woman from danger. I know it might feel a bit unnatural and a bit weird and a bit like you're trying to boast that you're this charitable guy, and people might be like, oh, why is he doing that? But I really think social media is really powerful, and the more we talk about it and the more that men are visible allies to women and to feminism and stuff, the more likely it's just gonna become a more common thing, and there's gonna be more pressure for men to do that. Tip number 3, don't ask where we live. I get it, small talk does usually involve talking about where you live, what your job is, who you're with and stuff, but I would strongly recommend that men avoid asking that, because it makes women feel uncomfortable and nervous. So this could be a major red flag coming from a male stranger. Even like on a first date, I would wait until the woman just decided to tell you about where she lived and stuff, if she felt comfortable enough, but I wouldn't ask. Yeah, if she's comfortable, she will tell you. I've actually been asked where I live so many times, just like randomly on public transport, or if I've been sat on a park bench and a guy has just walked past, like an older guy, and be like, oh, how's your day been? Oh, yeah, where do you live? And it's like, okay, I get it, you're most likely a nice person, but this can really set you on edge. I don't want to tell you where I live. What if you follow me? So yeah, just avoid that. There's so many other ways that you can make small talk. The fourth tip is a great one, and I think many other girls can agree with me when I say a smile isn't a yes. A smile isn't a yes please, come on over and talk to me. Women on a general scale, media stereotyping, are polite. They're smiley, they're kind, and that's because there's such a pressure to be that way. Otherwise, if you're serious, then you are criticised and you're not woman enough, you're not feminine enough, you're a bit don't know if you've been watching the UK Love Island, but there's a guy called Brad who said there's nothing, I think there was like a challenge and they talked about what turned them off and what they didn't like and stuff in a woman, and he said too serious. I feel like that's just code for women that aren't smiley and polite and always just positive, just can't hack a strong woman that doesn't feel the need to, you know, always be pleasant and palatable. A woman that's, you know, going to suppress her emotions and always be happy and smiley and look appealing. I feel like I should do a video talking about it. I also don't like that Love Island is super flawed in every way. Firstly, where's the LGBTQ plus representation? Where's more of a diverse body representation? Also, why is it that the women of colour are always the last to be picked in the first episode? Sorry, I feel like I've gone off on a rant where I'm completely digressing. Yeah, the amount of men that I smile at on a daily basis is, I smile a lot at people in general in the street, but like 99% of the time, I don't want to have a conversation with them. I don't want them to come up to me. If a girl's eager to talk to you, she will make it much more apparent and obvious. A smile doesn't mean, come on over, baby. So yeah, a smile is not clear. We live in a world that demonizes serious women. That's why so many men feel entitled to say, go on, give us a smile. The amount of times I've heard that, like even with one of my friends at uni, we were in a supermarket and one of the guys at the counter was like, oh, give us a smile, love, to my friend who had literally just found out she'd failed one of her courseworks she hadn't passed. So she was in a bad mood and he was basically just being like, put on a smile for me and look positive and palatable, because your emotions and how you're feeling right now doesn't matter. What matters is how you look and appear to me, a man. Final tip number 5, that's 10. I always do that in my videos. Number 5, make it clear that you're an ally, you're a feminist. That is, if you are one, and if you're watching this video, hopefully you are. So if you just met a woman or you're on a date with a woman and you want to make her feel more comfortable, it's like a first meet and she's trying to get to know you, you're trying to get to know each other, drop it in there that you're a feminist, drop in that you know about the gender pay gap, drop it in that you feel like women's rights need to be at the top of the agenda at the moment. Throw it into the convo that you're an ally. It doesn't need to be like a big thing, just drop it into the conversation. It really is rare that this happens, to be honest. Like with women, it happens all the time to me. I'll meet a woman and we'll talk about these kind of things. Recently, I was in a setting with a lot of new guys that I'd never met before, and one of them started speaking about harassment on the street and that women really struggle. They can't just pop out to the shops without feeling, you know, nervous, without feeling threatened, especially when it comes to, you know, later on at night. You know, he'll walk with his female friends and stuff to the shops. It made me instantly feel so much more comfortable around him, and he just made it clear that he kind of was an ally. So yeah, it just makes a woman feel so much more at ease and feel like they can open up much more if you make it clear that you are an ally. Anyway, please like, share, subscribe and comment. That's the end of this video. I just want to quickly say, yeah, the onus is on men to make women feel safer, as men are the problem. Men are the reason we feel unsafe on a daily basis. So yeah, if you're a man and you're watching this video and you feel like you are gonna implement some of my tips, thank you so much. Please comment and let me know how you do that. Let's make the online space safe as well as the real world, the outside world, as Love Islanders say. I post on a weekly basis, so please come back and join me. Au revoir.